Guys, I haven't played poker in so long, but my official unretirement of the game, we're back at Hustler playing the All-Star game. Every single year, fans vote in and want to watch their favorite players. So today we're going to be playing a star-studded cast. We've got all the regulars, Mariano, Nick, Brittany, Sashimi. Game's gonna get started. We're playing 5100, and if you want to follow along real time, I'm posting all of my sessions in a brand new app that I just invested in called Stack. It's poker's first social community platform where you can post all your live sessions, share how your results are going, and let everyone follow along how your individual poker journey is going. So if you want to download it, click the link in the description below. It would mean a lot if you want to support the first venture that I'm officially a part of, and let's go play some poker for the first time in a very long time, playing some high stakes here at Hustler Casino Live.
We're in for $50,000 to start off this Hustler session, and about 30 minutes in, the $200 straddle is on, and Mariano raises to $1,000. I look at King 9 suited, and I think it's a pretty good candidate to go for a raise here and size up to $3,500. Well, this all seemed like a great idea until Peter wakes up with the hand and just announces all in. The balls of steel on this man. This forces Mariano out and myself as well, folding out two better hands than Queen 10 suited. And this is a warm welcome back to Hustler, where the action is crazy and just getting started. He earns my $3,500, and the first significant hand I play results in a loss. But this is just a taste of the action that is about to come, because a few minutes later, there's a straddle on, and Peter raises to $2,000. Action folds to Dylan on my right, and he jams for $15,000. And now I peel pocket jacks next to act, and this is a premium. And if there's anything I learned from the previous hand, we are never going to be folding premiums against all-ins. So I make the call and naturally have no intention on folding this hand if someone else puts in their stack as well. Luckily, everyone else ends up folding, and now we're playing the biggest pot of the night so far for over $30,000 in the middle. But before we get into the run out, I want to announce I'm giving away $100,000 of my own money on September 21st. I'm hosting an online free roll tournament on Club WPT Gold, America's newest online poker site. So scan the QR code or click the link down below to sign up with code Rampage and be a part of this exclusive tournament I'm hosting for free. And back to the action here, I'm a favorite to win this hand, but we're going to see two full boards, and let's hold to win a big pot to start the day.
The win.
I have a heart.
Oh, Dylan with the queen of hearts.
I don't know if I have a heart.
Oh my God, Henry!
He just figures it out.
You had it?
Nice.
You?
Dylan,
come on.
needs to
Diamond.
dodge a diamond or a
Diamond.
jack.
Oh.
Chop it up.
I win the first and lose the second board, and all this anticipation ends up in a chop, so there's no blood here. About an hour in now, Sashimi raises under the gun to 300. A few calls to me, and I take the passive line to call with King Jack suited, and now we're going 5 ways to a flop, which comes pretty great in Jack 4-4 2 hearts. Action checks to me here, and with the jack, of course, top pair, I'm going to bet $500 into the field, and only Henry makes the call. The turn deuce of hearts is not the best card to see with the flush getting there, so I slow down with a check back, and the river 7 of clubs pretty much doesn't change anything, and when Henry checks again, I think maybe it's time to get some value with my top pair, given all the passive action. So I throw 2,000 into the middle, and now I face a pretty disastrous situation. Henry check raises me to 7,000. And this is definitely not the best situation for me now, as he's only representing a flush, and I actually don't think there are many bluffs here as played. So I decided to give my opponent some respect with a fold, and of course, it's just the wrong decision. So I got to give credit to Henry for making a great play, and here I am, an hour in. I'm still waiting to win my first hand of the session. It's pretty frustrating, to be honest with you, having won 0 hands 1 hour in, and of course, I lose this one making the wrong decision. But we're going to fast forward. We're 2.5 hours into the session now. Surely I can win my first pot of the night by now, right? It's been a torturous session. I'm down $20,000 to start with really nothing great to report. And I've got ace-9 offsuit on the button, and I raise into Nick's $300 straddle, and he makes the call. Flop is Jack 7-6. It goes check, check. I've got a whole lot of nothing here. Turn queen, I check again. I don't really see much incentive to bet. But the river ace hitting top pair Nick checks once again for a third time, and I size up to $2,000 and get snap called. And finally, for my first pot won today, it's not a huge one, but at least I'm finally on the board, and it's time to maybe string along some good pots coming my way. And here we go, back into the action. 40 minutes later, 3-coin limps in, and I've got ace-10 suited. I'm feeling pretty good with the win under my belt, so I raise it up to 1,000. Brittany makes the call on the button, but now Sashimi puts in a 3-bet to 7,000 from the small blind. Action folds back to me. I really don't love calling here, but I just need to get involved. I've got to gamble and make the call against what I assume has to be a premium from Sashimi. But when the flop comes ace-9 deuce, pretty great flop hitting top pair with the ace. But my opponent continues with a bet of 5,000. I'm never going to be folding here, although I still feel like I need to be a little bit cautious. I make the call. Turn comes a 7. Now my opponent slows down and checks, and I take the cautious route yet again to check this one back. In the river comes a jack. Sashimi checks once again, and I feel like it's just a mandatory bet here at this point for me. So I'm not really sure if I'll get paid by a hand like kings or queens, but I've still got to try given my punty image. So I throw a 15,000 into the middle, and if I win this pot will bring me all the way back unstuck for the day. And she calls! A massive pot here. 55,000 US dollars gets pushed my direction, and I'm so back. This is 3 hours into the stream, and I finally crawled out of the hole. I feel a huge weight off of my shoulders, and let's get back to playing some winning poker. Some pre-flop action gets cut off in this next spot here, but it's a 4-way pot where Henry opened and I've got 40% of a royal flush. So the flop is king, queen, 6, 2 spades and a diamond. Henry starts off with a bet of 1,700, and I'm obviously going nowhere with top pair, and so isn't Nick airball. So 3 ways to a turn, which comes the 5 of diamonds here with 2 flush draws, which makes this hand quite tricky to play. And Henry continues with another massive bet of 9,000, this time overbetting the size of the pot. And I feel like I'm in a tricky spot in the middle of both of these players, but without any of the draws, I can definitely see my hand still being the best, although it's a little bit uncomfortable given the size of the pot. I make the call again, and so does airball, which obviously doesn't make me feel the most confident having the winner. I've got top pair, got a 10 kicker, hoping to hold. The river is the jack of spades. The front door flush gets there, but luckily no one has it. Action checks through, and somehow my king with a 10 kicker will win. I think I got pretty lucky here, holding, but another big pot getting pushed my way feels amazing. All my patience in the early goings of this session is finally paying off, it seems like. The dynamics of this following hand is quite tricky. We've been playing this bounty game. So Sashimi has won 2 pots in a row at this point, and if she wins a third, this means she's going to win $1,000 from everyone at the table, so gaining an extra 7,000. So she's going to try her very best to win this hand, and does exactly so by jamming $35,000 with no previous action in front of her. And oh my goodness, Peter looks like he has a decision but ends up folding, and the players one by one fold, and I'm back last to act in this rattle, and I haven't looked at my card yet, so I do a pretty slow peel for the sweat.
Oh no.
Damn it.
What is that?
Rampage.
Oh, it's a picture.
What do you need to call?
Call.
Rampage makes the call, and we got a monster pot here, just under $69,000.
Oh my god!
Gonna run it twice.
She can do whatever she wants.
The first board is for the bounty game.
Fuck you!
Yeah. It's only fun in the right setup.
Nice.
Not many jacks left in the deck.
Yeah, 10 or
7 diamond, please. Oh, okay.
Not a queen.
All right, moving on.
Oh, there's no more jacks. That's why he fast pitched it. Right, Sammy? No more jacks.
Pay up, bitches.
Rampage, confident as always.
I believe it. Oh my god, it's suited too.
Oh, it's okay. Diamond! Jack, 9, 8.
Diamond is cool. Diamond.
So she was just screaming random cards.
Ace! Oh,
We're gonna chop it up.
so lucky.
Lame.
I've got to say a big thank you to Sashimi for running it twice. Lose the first board, but end up winning the second, and we're going to chop this one up, sadly. Yet again, another opportunity to win a big pot slips away from me here. we've got another bounty game dynamic going on. Mariano has won 3 hands in a row now, and if he wins the next one, the bonus is now $2,000 from each player. So it's even more incentive than Sashimi had previously. So when I'm first to act, I decide to limp in for $1,000 with Ace King, expecting other players to be aggressive, but it does not. It becomes a 4-way limped pot, and the flop is Queen 4-3 Rainbow. Action checks over to me here, and I think given this action, Ace King needs some protection against the field, so I bet out 2,000. Yet Peter decides to check raise me to 8,000. Action folds to Mariano, who ends up making the call, which honestly I expect him to call a lot of the time and not fold really anything given the bounty. And now when Mariano's in there, I think my hand is pretty priced into hitting ace or king to win, so I come along with the call as well. The turn 10 of diamonds brings a backdoor flush draw, and Peter continues with a huge bet now to $24,000. Back to Mariano, he takes his time and ends up making the call. And I feel pretty trapped now in this spot. I'm kind of milked in with ace king. I'm kind of priced into hit an ace or king or even a jack. You know, I do have a straight draw to the nuts. I'd hate to fold and see a jack on the river, and I don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Now suddenly, we've just got $100,000 pot brewing, and all we need is a jack. River is a 7. Nothing for me here. I've already folded my hand in my head at this point, and Peter fires out 46,000. Mariano with 2 pair makes the call and sees the bad news. I mean, so far he's had a pretty rough going, and it just got worse as he loses another massive pot. And for me, well, I just dusted off all of my profits from the session today, chasing a straight draw that missed out. So this was definitely a poorly played hand by me, but we can always rebound because everything will now lead to this monster pot to end the night. My stack has been swinging up and down. I've tasted the feeling of playing while I'm losing and winning, and we've got a raise and a call for $500, and I pick up king jack of hearts on the button. I'm going to bump things up to 2,200. Airball calls off my 3-bet for 2,200, but then Brittany next to act in the small blind makes it even more interesting with another raise to 10,000. Okay, things might be getting out of hand here, but I am in position and I'm ready to put my chips to work. I make the call, and so does Airball. So suddenly we've got 30,000 in the middle, and I see a dream flop. It's Queen 10-3. I've got the straight flush, royal flush draw, every single draw you could possibly imagine. I've got it. And when Brittany checks over to me, I'm not going to check this one back. I bet 11,000. Airball makes the fold, and back to Brittany, who has a monster of a hand herself as well. She ends up raising to half of her stack when she's basically all in and committed, so I don't slow play. I jam, she snaps it off, and very quickly, we have a $153,000 pot in the works. I decided to run it one time, and by far the biggest pot I've played in the past few months. Everything is riding on the next 2 cards to come. And even if Brittany hits quads here, I actually still have life to win, which is just incredible. I literally cannot find a better opportunity than this than to get all of my chips in with the straight flush draw.
4 clubs, no help.
No.
Rampage looks for 9, an ace, or a heart.
20.
It's a 6 of clubs. He bricks off. Brittany wins a huge pot.
I brick the entire world, and I find myself now in an $85,000 hole after paying out Brittany as her set holds. Gotta give kudos to Brittany for having a good hand. It ends up winning. The 3 of a kind will win, and the stream is ending soon. But now, if you want to zoom into my face, as the doom zoom does, I've lost all hope to book a winning session today. I can barely breathe at this point, honestly, but this is just the downside of gambling. Sometimes you miss the entire world, and now I'm sitting on crumbs just counting down the minutes till the stream ends.
It's been far too many times where I just have to report back like another loss. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do to win, to do anything. Every time I go into the casino, it just feels like I'm just gonna lose $100,000, and I don't know what to do. I mean, genuinely, like every time I play poker, I just want to quit at the end. So this is the worst stretch I've been on. I can't do anything right, it feels like. And I'm told at some point it's supposed to end in terms of like the variance, and you know, obviously everyone thinks I'm bad at poker, so maybe it's just not variance and I'm just not cut out for this game. But that's where I'm at right now. I couldn't be more down. I don't know where I'm supposed to go from here. I wish I have great things to report. That's all I want to do is report good things, and all I do is just lose. I'm down more than I ever think I could imagine in a 2-year span. But that's it. I gotta give a big thank you to Club WPT Gold for having some faith in me and allowing me to be in action, because I'm just a content creator that loses infinite money in poker. So if you want to support the channel, use code Rampage on Club WPT Gold. Click the link in the description below. I'm giving away $100K, $100,000 free roll on September 21st. So if you want to sign up for that, use code Rampage. Make sure you're eligible to play. And I'm going to give away more money. So thanks for all the support. I want to report something good in the future, but not right now. See you.